The biggest thing that we had problem with was making 135. He's a strong, strong guy in the gym. The night of the fight, he hasn't been as strong because he got to make 135. And he's not able to get his strength back within 24 hours. But when you see him in the gym at 142, 141, 140 pounds, he's a totally different guy. And that fight's really interesting to me. You know, I just hope that, you know, the opportunity arises where I'll be able to work with him again. I think that he has an opportunity on winning that fight. I think Mayweather's definitely the stiffest test he has ever faced, but I think he's got a great opportunity. If he's on top of his game that night at 140 pounds, you're going to see a hell of a fight.
As you can see, this is not usually the home that we spend this half hour with you each and every week on Fox Sports Net. Talk about a quick change, huh? Well, not literally, but we sure have gone a few miles, about maybe 30, if you will, headed towards Pittsburgh. And the pitter-pat in the background is that of boxing. And when you think of boxing and Mountaineer, you think of this place, world-class boxing, where a man by the name of Paul Spadafore kind of cut his teeth in the sport. Floyd Mayweather, will it happen? You've heard from Tommy Yankello, now Tad Makowicki.
Rob, this fight has a very good chance of happening because HBO wants the fight to happen. Randy Newman said it's money that matters, and that's the case in this situation.
You know, and it's sad to say, but the nature of the beast that we live in, when someone is a little, well, scary at times, a little off-kilter, their life isn't as perfect as one would want it to be, a little edgy, well, that makes it even better. So you know they really want it now with some of the things, sad to say, Paul's going through.
That's right, and I think it happened a lot with Mike Tyson, too. When Mike was in trouble, he found solace, he found some peace in the ring. I think the same thing's going to happen with Paul Spadafore. With his life in turmoil swirling around him, he's going to find solitude inside the ring.
Friend of this broadcast, Frank DeLeo, I talked to a little earlier after we left Mountaineer today to come here to finish some taping. He said that he's been talking to Mike Tyson, had a chance to get caught up with Mike, and Mike right now is really, literally living hand to mouth. He's broke, he wants a fight, and he's desperate.
He really is, and who really wants to see Mike Tyson fight? That's the question. He's a train wreck that wrecked one too many times. I don't think there's a big money fight for Mike out there. Do you really want to see him fight Roy Jones? I don't.
No. Okay, what about this fight? Do you want to see Mayweather and Paul?
I think it's an intriguing fight. I think there's two schools of thought. If Paul tries to trade punches with Floyd Mayweather, Paul's in big trouble. But if Paul comes back, works with Tommy Yankello, gives Floyd angles, does what he did when they sparred several years ago, then Paul has an excellent chance to make this a very close fight.
And in this reporter's opinion, to one Mike Acree, if you're keeping Paulie away from Tommy because of some of the accomplishments that have happened at Mountaineer Racetrack with Ted Arnaud, then let's face it, that's a stupid thing to do because it's a big gamble that might not pay off.
That's absolutely right. Paulie belongs in this gym, and he belongs working with Tommy Yankello.
Because, of course, the style that he has made famous all came to birth right here with Tommy Yankello, and he needs to get back to the basics in a big way if he's going to beat a very shifty but powerful and a very talented fighter, one of the best in the world, maybe one of the best ever at his weight class, meaning Floyd Mayweather.
Right. The last fight for Mayweather, the Philip Endu fight, he looked tremendous. 3 quick overhand rights. Endu was out in no time, and Mayweather is tough, pound for pound, probably in the top 3 fighters in the world.
Speaking of a chisel, he hits like a chisel. Brian Minto.
Boy, this guy has a chin like a steel pipe, and I mean, he hits with hands of stone. He brings it from the moment the first bell rings until he's looking down at his opponent. Brian Minto, we had a lot of fun, and when we come back, we're going to take a up-close and personal look at Brian Minto.
Quick note, you'll see him in Mountaineer Racetrack and Gaming Resort in the Grand Ballroom this Wednesday night. 1-800-8040-HOT. You won't want to miss the Raging Bull. Brian Minto, we'll be back with him right after this on Fox Sports Net.